We're going to talk about the 2-year-olds. I'll go through the list pretty quick. There's no point in doing yearlings this week. I didn't get to go with a bunch of them. Amy only went with a few of them. They've all been jogging. They've all been going. I'll have a much more in-depth video for you. Not next week, obviously. I've gone away this week. But the following week. And then hopefully thereafter we can get a video for you guys of all the horses going. ACDC is the first one on the list. He's training in Ontario. Still, I told everybody, probably mid to late December before you're going to see him start to race. But he is training in Ontario right now with Harry. Aunt Sarah looks good. Does she still? Anybody talk about her?
I haven't talked to her yet.
Everybody said how good she looked the first week she was back. I was wondering if that has continued or if there's been any deviation.
We haven't heard otherwise.
Yeah, I know. That's true too. Blue Rare will come back in end of December, I think. I don't think there's any reason to bring her in any earlier than that. Do you know that who's telling me the Florida staking program, there's 3 fillies in the stakes in Florida this year, but they only go for it's for people I think that turn their horses in at the end of the year. Mike Wildwood was telling me all about it, and he had a filly in there, so we just left Blue Rare. There's no need, I don't need to ship her to Florida to race for $1,500, $4,000, $8,000, and $20,000 or something like that. $15,000.
I don't know, because Randy's sitting his horse.
I think his horse is Mike Wildwood's horse.
Yeah.
Is it a trotting filly?
It's no. Oh, I don't know, maybe it is.
Well, there's obviously different distinctions, but Blue Rare did fit it. But I just wasn't sending her down there. She's had a longer summer, so I just
would appreciate it being here than you're.
Why?
You get turned out in Florida for the winter?
You seem to think the horse are oh man, I really just got to get to the beach. Just get my hooves up.
I literally
just get my hooves up and have the waiter bring me alfalfa on the tray on the beach. Capistrano Nights is back going. She looks good. Saw her coming off the track the other day. She looked very, very good. I'm eager to train her back because, there's one horse that we really shut down when she was just getting started because she was on a line. She was getting out of gear a little bit, but showed a lot of pop and a lot of speed. And I'm just eager to see how she trains down. Cherry's Girl finished off her year well. Could have been just a half a length better, but finished her year off very, very well and has gone out to the field. She was out the day after, so she'll probably come back in around Christmas time also or thereafter. Degas, she races right till Tuesday. She'll be out in the field Wednesday morning, I think, is when she goes out to the field right after the race in Kentucky. Diosedella Danza will also come back in the middle part of December. We'll start her back up. Don't Ask Again, same type of thing. We have a ton of horses between December 1st and 15th to bring back out of the field. Many of the horses on this list are going to do just that. Don't Ask Again most definitely will. Dune likely will also, middle of December to the end of December. Head to Know is training back right now. He started training this week in Ontario. I've not got an update from Dominic yet or Harry, but I know they said they were fine this week, so I'm certainly not worried about that. Hanger One, I talked to Andy Record yesterday in depth about, he's got to get us a bill at some point. He's never billed us for Hanger One. He's out at his farm. He said he's put 150 pounds on. Looks great running around the paddock. He said he's got a big long paddock. He said he runs around and then he goes right to the back of the paddock and stares at the cows all day.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't think one of them's his mom or dad, we'll be all right. So Hanger One has put some weight on, and we'll again a little different situation with him. Andy will keep him there. I told Andy, he goes, "What are your thoughts?" I said, "Just give him as much time as you think he needs off. Start him back. We'll put the work in him, and when we start training him a little faster, we'll bring him to the meadows, and I'll go with him. Maybe we'll wait and tell Tim to have a horse to go with him also, but that'll be the plan for now. I don't think there needs to be anything set in stone for Hanger One. Just the name of the game is to get him happy and eager to do his work. That's what I want to see from Hanger One. Highest Honors will come back in the first part of December also and start him back up. In New York, he's training right now in Ontario. I know somebody messaged me and said, "How is in New York training?" Well, he's just started training this week, and quite frankly, you're not going to get a ton of. Oh, we got through a tunnel. I forgot about this. We're not going to get a ton of. See, this is the way we come back from Virginia. Yeah. I told you this is the way we come back. You're not going to get a ton of videos about horses that are turned out right now in training now in Ontario. They're just doing their work. They just Head to Know and in New York and those types of horses. Yeah, they're just starting to train back, so there isn't much to. I'd be more worried if I got an in-depth update right now about any of those horses. I just want them to do their work, put the work in. Jailbird Jog is out in the field right now, and she is going to remain out in the field probably till Christmas time. No, December, October, November, November, December. The end of December, she'll come back in. Probably, let's just call it January 1st. All right, we'll call that for Jailbird Jog. JK Mega he goes out to the field this week. I was surprised he wasn't out to the field yet, but they did castrate him and they had him on some antibiotics, so he will go to the field this week. He'll get probably 6 weeks off because he's been off for 2, 3, 4 weeks right now already. Jolene Hall, again, we'll bring her December 15th or so. We'll bring her back in. I don't think that's wrong, right? When did we go to Corbin?
I just did her.
October 11th, I think, was the date at Corbin, right?
Yeah, she's been out like 2 weeks.
October, November, December. We'll bring her back in Christmas or thereabouts. Judy's money, we're going to give it lots of time. So Judy, you'll probably see Judy around. Let's call it January 1st for Judy also. Leland Hanover's back jogging training right now again. I might give Jason a call. I know Dominic had to go back to Quebec later on today, so I won't bother him, but maybe I'll give Jason a call and see if he had gone with Leland today or not. I saw some videos, some pictures of Jason training some of them, so maybe he was designated to go with some of them today. I'll reach out to him and see how they did. But again, in that regard, probably no news is good news in regards to the horses just starting to train back. Love Sensation is training at Harry's barn right now again. Oh yeah, I just thought about it when you, so Love Sensation also training back with Harry. I wanted to ask him, he said she was getting a little grabby and getting on the right line a little bit. I was going to ask him if she came around or not. Megan's Lucky Day, we'll bring her back in December the 1st. Did I say November the 1st? Yeah, November the 1st. Sorry, she'll come back in when we... No, today is November the 1st.
Yes.
She'll come back in when we get back. We'll bring Megan. I'm not bringing Megan in before I get back. I want her to start off on the right foot. Open bridle. Daddy goes there. No one else. Just Megan gets a little rambunctious, and I don't want her to feel good and then have somebody yell at her and have her flip out the first day. I just want her to relax and have fun. So I will go with her. She will. No, she was getting good at the end of the year. For a filly that made a lot of breaks, and a couple of those races, I actually was on pins and needles in the race. Never made a break. I don't think her entire 2-year-old season, except for that first start with Tyler in the qualifier, when she was acting up. Yeah, but she was good all year long. I wish she'd been a little faster. We'll see about that when we train her back down. But I just want to see her come in and have fun. So we'll pick up Millie Girl, Millie Girl also. We'll come back in then. Millie Girl and Megan's Lucky Day will come back in when I get back from Harrisburg. December 1st, probably for my name, Sweeney. She had those OCDs popped out. Just leave her alone for a little bit. We'll bring her back in. Neuromancer, I trained him the other day, and I can report that he was pretty good in his training mile. A long way to go for Neuromancer. I'm not getting too concerned. Last year, he kind of chewed at himself and slapped himself with flip-flops on me to change his shoes. I'm not changing his flip-flops for a while. He's going to train down as is for now, and then we'll change them as we get going a little faster and asking him to do a little bit more. Perfect Thought races in the Three Diamonds, and then she is off to the field, so she won't even hit the field until the middle of November. So she'll have till January, a good portion of January off, and then we'll bring her back in. Pretty Eyes and Lies, Amy said was very good training this week. Very good. Was she good though?
Yeah, she was fine.
Yeah, was she trotting good?
Yeah.
Did her work well?
Now she wears trotting boots.
Did you cut her loose a little bit on the end of it? Did you cut her loose on the end of it?
All I could.
What do you mean all you could? I didn't mean you had to come 29 seconds, but you had her trotting on the end of it? That's good. I want her to come back, and she's a filly I can see actually getting through the nominators of 1, nominators of 2, and maybe condition claim her for a bit, stuff her in there. And
actually, someone asked how she was. I was like, oh, she's for sale.
Yeah. I like her. I think she's the type of horse that's not going to wow anybody, probably ever, but she... No, she is, but she's not. Oh my God, did you see Pretty Eyes and Lies last night?
That literally happened when I trained her.
Yeah, it did literally happen. But I think she's going to be the type filly just goes out and gets it done. And the barn has to be full of those horses too. They can't all be good, right? They can't all be bad. but we need to have a lot of horses in the middle, and I think Pretty Eyes and Lies, I would be very surprised if she wasn't right in the middle of the road mixing it up all winter and spring long. I believe
I think
anyway.
we're racing in the cheap classes at Northfield like in December.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I mean. If she races her way up into
She
the
gets
Nommers,
around that
if she
sector.
races her way up into the Nommers of 4, and we give her a few weeks off before the stakes, she can race in a stallion series. I mean, it's if you have a handy horse on a half, most of those horses can trot 56, 57 over a track like the Meadows, and depending on how stiff those divisions are, it's a good spot for her. There's nothing better than to have a handy trotter, I can tell you right now. So that's what I'm hoping she comes back like. Rico Tubbs, name of the game is to put weight on him. In fact, I shipped him to Ontario to be turned out at Shauna's. She has a smaller operation, and not that any of her other people don't take great care of the horses. They do. Accidents happen. You know, I don't have to tell you that. But when it comes to specific horses, when I see a skinny horse at the end of the year, it is so important. If that horse does not put weight on before we bring him back in, more times than not, it's over before you start. So I had sent this horse to Ontario, to Shauna specifically, and said, I need updates, and I need you to put a lot of weight on this horse. He's tall, he's lanky, he's growing. I need him to be fat when he comes back. So she had her marching orders. She knows her job, and Shauna usually does it very, very well. So that's the plan with Rico Tubbs. He won't come back. I'll tell you when he comes back in, when he's fat. That's when he'll come back in, about halfway through the month of fat. And whether that's December or whether he even waits till the first part of January, I don't care. He just has to have sufficient weight on and a good appetite when he comes back. Rose Run Bobby, Amy said was good, and then divulged that she actually made a break the other day training.
I for a second, and it was
Still
only
counts.
because she had a open drive.
Well, then why didn't you close on her?
Well, next time,
Okay, cool.
actually, you're going.
I'm going with her next time. I don't have a problem going with Bob. Bobby and I are buds.
I put the beaver together.
Did you? How'd you like that?
She likes it.
That's good.
She does not like the snake.
Darn. Oh, we have dog chains. He's one of those. Royal Duchess. I forgot about Royal Duchess. When's she supposed to come back in? I feel that I've been telling everybody like this week for a few weeks. I want to give her lots of time off. I love that filly. I love how she's just one of those behind, much like your filly, much like Pretty Eyes and Lies. I think she's going to be a very useful horse for us because she's got that grit, that kind of dirt in her where she just doesn't care. She wants to go out and get it done. I believe that she's the type of horse when she sees the starting gate, everything else melts away and it's game on. And that doesn't mean she's going to be a killer if we race her where she belongs. I think she's a filly we're going to have a lot of fun with this winter and spring. And honestly, I don't have anything other than to go on my gut. She did qualify in 2-2, but I love horses that just want to get out and get going and want to get the work done. And I really like that filly. I always have liked that filly. Royal Flush Dale, I saw him training today on a video. Whose video is that? Dave Boy's? Or
I think so.
it was Dave Boy's video. Again, I'll talk to Jason because just on my naked eye looking at the trainer, it looked like it was definitely Jason that was sitting behind Royal Flush Dale. So I want to see what he thought of him. Simply Chaotic, not ready to start training yet, but he's back in, right? Jogging? Yeah. Or he's been in for a while. He might have trained, right? I feel I should have maybe called Jason before I did this video. He's back jogging now. He may have trained this week, but again, it would have been his first week back. Solidarity also would have started training this week. I have no problems with Solidarity. The one thing I was surprised with was when Scotty told me about Solidarity, he said, I think if you cut him and give him time to come back, he'll be a nice colt. I said, what about the brakes? He goes, Anthony, I know you said that about the brakes or whatever. I can honestly say not one time I sat behind him did he ever feel like or almost make a break. Not one time. So I was impressed by that. So that's good. Scotty was happy with him. We'll see how he trains back. Steady Bolo, he's back in the barn now, right? Yes, he is. Did you see how big he is?
Yeah.
I saw Enos walking by, and he was absolutely gigantic the other day.
He wasn't small before.
He wasn't small before, but he wasn't that big. He is gigantic right now. So we'll see how he trains back also. Sterling Volo, a ton of question marks going that his brother just won the Breeders' Crown. Meshuggah is his brother. And this is Meshuggah's a green shoe. And
It's not Sterling Bolo.
did I say Sterling Bolo?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sterling Hanover.
What's that?
Yeah, he was actually a nice horse, Sterling Bolo. So, Meshuggah won the Breeders' Crown. Now, that's not an indicator of what Sterling Hanover is going to do, unfortunately for us. But it's also not an indicator of what Sterling Hanover might do. A lot of questions go on with this guy. How good is he? Is he going to behave? What's his breathing going to be like? Just a lot of stuff going on. And the first starting point, the first hurdle for us will be to bring him back when he's had lots of time off. So Sterling Hanover, you probably won't see him come back until the middle of December. I'll bring him back, start him back up, and assume that we're going to have a very good 3-year-old. And if I'm wrong and he lets us down and he's not a good 3-year-old, well, you'll be the first to know. But all I can tell you right now is his brother just won the Breeders' Crown, and there's a lot of question marks / expectations following around Sterling Hanover right now. Supermind will come back in first part of December. Eager to get this guy back. I feel like I should have bought his filly, his sister. She was a long time though, but she had a nice video. I thought about it. If you'd have told me before the sale, hey, she's only going to bring 9, I definitely would have bought her. I thought she'd bring 15 or 20, so I just left it alone. Who knows? Supermind, I like a lot, and I can't wait to start him back up. Sweet Lake is training now also. Another one that would have trained today. That filly's gigantic from what she was. So if you were to ask me who looks the best coming in right now, Daniel's horse, Steady Volo, looks huge, and Sweet Lake looks amazing. Not to say anybody doesn't. Those are the ones that stick out to me right now if you were to ask me quickly. Tomboy Strong will come back in middle part of December, I guess. We'll bring her back in, see how she is. We haven't even brought her, I think it's a brother, right? The Centurion ATM. He's still at Midland Acres. We haven't broke him yet. He'll be the last horse we break. But they said he was a little small, but that's indicative of the breed. So,
Really? Just the other two are huge.
which ones?
What are you talking about?
There's just
Tomboy Strong.
No, Centurion ATM, not the other two. The other two were big, but they said the Centurion ATM colt. One, he was a June foal, right? He was a June foal, and he was Centurion ATM. He was a little smaller, so he said, Anthony, why don't you just get him after the sale in Ohio, which is the mixed sale on the 19th? And I said, yeah, okay, fine. That's fine with me. So that's what we're going to do. And then Woodmere Bullet, I'm sure Jamie Smith will have him back in and going soon. I wonder, I thought they broke the other fella right away, Woodmere Rocket, but they have not.
Can you find out?
Yeah.
I'm getting to that.
Yeah, no, I'll talk to Smitty. I think he was just about to bring him back in. So we'll get him started back up. And then our started up to begin with, Woodmere Bullet started back up probably end of November, December, I guess. We'll do that. And Zena Kemp, she's out in the field now. So on the 25th, she went out around Christmas time. Let's call it January 1st. We'll bring Big Zena back into the barn. So those are your 2-year-olds. So back in the minute with your 3-year-olds and racehorses. We're on our way to Harrisburg. The lights are going dimmer here in Harrisburg. So I want to get this done. Time goes back an hour tomorrow, I believe. What do you call it? Fall back? I think that's
Tonight.
tomorrow.
We do it
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, sorry, tonight, yeah. So, don't forget to turn your clocks back. We'll talk to you all very soon. Have a great rest of your weekend.